Hello, thanks for joining me on this Sunday afternoon. Today I fancied just doing a little video. It's not really going to be that little, it's a haul. And this is a collective haul. I haven't filmed in ages, so I'm a bit rusty. There's quite a few in this video today. I haven't been on YouTube for a while, but I'm still really enjoying my perfumes. I do get a lot of satisfaction from trying new fragrances, buying new ones, just I fall out of love and back in love with perfumes all the time. In this haul there are quite a few repurchases. There's truly so much to be said for chemistry, weather, atmospheric changes, moods, situations, occasions, because it's very reflexive, certainly for me and my collection and how fast I turn things over. I'm going to continue to allow myself to buy things and to sell things because it still brings a lot of pleasure. There's something so exciting about knowing there's a new perfume on the way. It brings this new possibility of sensory adventure and I just get a lot out of that. So anyway, without all this waffle, I think we should crack on because I do have a lot to get through. I tried to date this haul back to the last fragrance I mentioned on the video, and I think that was a few months ago now. There's a lot of repurchases. I think I'm going to get through the repurchase. No, I'm not. I'm going to go through some blind buy fails. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to start with those. The first one is a very new release from Dior. At least, well, it's a new release, but it wasn't available. It was an exclusive release to, I think, Dubai. It's called Rose Star. The name straight away piques my interest. I love the title of it. I love the colour of the juice. I liked how it sounded from the notes. I was eager to get my nose on this. Before it became available in the UK, there happened to be a seller on eBay. So I ordered it, it came in. First few sniffs were reminiscent of the notes. A nice dark rose. It reminded me of other things, like a seductive, jammy, fruity rose. Had a real modern, fluffy musk about it, which is the bit I wasn't sure about. As I wore it, that fluffy musk turned into, for me, a cashmere and bomb. There's so much cashmere in fragrances now. It's fine for most people. Not everyone dislikes it. Not everyone even notices it. I'm so sensitive to cashmere. It's literally like someone putting a sock filter or a cloud filter up my nose and preventing anything good getting past it. And it ruined it. It's an instant headache inducer, verging on migraine because it takes over my temple and it's painful. And it was this repetitive, this is the problem. I don't want to go on and start being critical, but these musks, these molecules that are just being thrown into all these fragrances now are cheap, becoming popular. And I think these big brands are saving a lot of money by just throwing them out there and being mass appealing. I just don't think it works. It doesn't work for me. I found Rose Star to be an utter disappointment. It smelled cheap, it smelled generic, it smelled lazy. So I very quickly moved that on. So that was my first fail. The second fail, and this is really unfortunate because I've been wanting to try this fragrance for such a long time. I mean years and years, and it's called Black Jade. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about it. It's a spicy sort of, like a vintage sort of smelling rose. It was rose, spices, cardamom and cinnamon, which I love, cardamom and cinnamon. I can't remember what else was in there. It was classed as a spicy warm rose. Again, unfortunately, it ended up with there's cashmere present in that. I'm not saying it's overloaded with it, but there's presence. And when it dries down, that cashmere on my skin turns into a fluffy, gluey, unrecognizable in nature sort of smell. And it's all I could smell, and it was just one headache. The opening was really pleasant. It's not a loud scent. It was actually very nicely done. But if I wasn't sensitive to cashmere, and I think I would really like it. It was mostly spicy, mostly quite fluffy and airy. A bit of rose, pepper was there. It was nice. It just, cashmere just takes over and ruins a fragrance for me. It's so disappointing. And when I purchased that, I actually purchased another at the same time. It was another from Lubin that I used to own. I can't remember why I sold it. It's called Kismet, and it's absolutely beautiful. A lot of the perfumes I've got with me here, I've actually put back in the boxes because I think it's nice to show the whole presentation. Always kept all the boxes because you never know when you're going to sell something, and the box is essential for selling something. It just is. It just completes the package, doesn't it? So this is Kismet, and I'm over the moon to have this back in my collection. You can get them in two sizes, these Lubins, 100ml, and I think this is 50ml or 60ml, I'm not sure. Kismet for me is an aromatic vanilla woody scent. Not really classed as an aromatic, but it comes off as really aromatic on me. It's often likened to Shalimar, the classic original Shalimar, but there's no sharpness and there's no sort of clashy sharp notes. It's actually a really soft, beautifully blended, luminous fragrance on me. Sorry, back in a new spot, I realised that the background was being focused on not the bottle, and it was driving me mad. I kept trying all different things, it just would not focus on what I had in my hand. It was focused on the cushion and the books and Kismet from Lubin. Stunning, a luminous, bright, powdery, woody scent. Like I say, I think it's aromatic, not herbal. It smells aromatic. It smells fresh and just vibrant. There are resins which really do come forward in this, and it works beautifully. It makes it so substantial and sweet and moorish. The resins are the Popinax and Labdanum. There is vanilla, there is rose, bergamot and lemon. There's more lemon in there. It smells so powdery and so beautiful. The way the resins seem to bounce off the vanilla and mix with the other notes, there's almost this hint of something like licorice or anise just tucked away. It's not obvious, it's just slightly coming through. Makes it so interesting. It's so beautifully blended. You don't pick anything out. It's just this one gorgeous scent. I only really love it for end of summer, early autumn. It kind of embodies that real sunshine feeling, but because of the resins, it gives you this sort of warmth, this aromatic warmth and depth and substance, which I think would be too much on a really hot day. So it's bringing a bit of autumn as well. And I think that's the only time I would ever wear it, because it just works so beautifully for that summer autumn transition. So yeah, that is a beautiful one from the House of Lubin. That is Kismet, and like I say, a repurchase. Very pleased I've got that back again. I'm wearing that today actually, and I'm really loving it. So from the House of Maison Dior, we have Dioramour. I love this fragrance so much. I had a huge, was it 200ml bottle or something stupid? It was half full, half empty. I don't think that design works for that large volume. The nozzle, the tube bringing up the liquid got blocked all the time. Air got into it. The colour was dark orange by the time I realised it was just, I can't really use it anymore. I kept trying to suck up all the liquid. It was a nightmare. And I was on the verge of thinking, well, maybe I'm done with the scent. No, I just thought, I got rid of that bottle and I realised I love Dioramour. What am I doing? So I found another bottle on eBay. This is somebody's own purchase that they had personalised. It's not my name, but it looks cute on the bottle. I don't mind it. I thought it had been discontinued, apparently not, which is great. It's a beautiful fragrance. It doesn't get mentioned enough. I think it's an absolute hidden gem from the House of Dior. It's such a ethereal, powdery, simple but so elegant scent. It's powdery, it's iris. I think there's aldehydes. This is fizzy aldehyde iris in a nutshell. It is so effervescent, so simple, so angelic and ethereal, very uncomplicated, smells divine. It leaves a lovely trail. The girl I work with loves this scent. When she wears it, I always say, oh my god, you smell really lovely. I think I know that scent. And we have like a guessing game because we're both into fragrance. We both guess what each other's wearing, which is cool because both of us have very similar tastes and we often get it right. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one back. That is Dioramour, and I think that you should go and check it out if you love iris. This next one is another repurchase. This is a cheap and cheerful goodie. I love this scent. It makes me happy, and I can't believe that people are talking about this. This one went out, well, it was discontinued years ago. I saw someone talking about it online. I can't remember who or when it was, and I thought, hang on a minute, it's just back in stock. It's from the House of Juicy Couture, and it is Viva la Juicy Sucre. This one always had something about it that I enjoyed. I really enjoyed. Sucre. And like I say, it's back. Well, I got this quite a few months ago, but I think it's been re-released. It's so affordable, and I think it's fantastic for the money. I picked up this bottle. What is it? It's a 50ml. I think I got it for about £30. That's from retail. It's a sweet, sugary, vanillic, mandarin chocolate scent. Packaging is deliciously tacky. Come on, it's deliciously tacky, right? You gotta love that. I hate tack and toot, but this I love because it's so cute and whimsical. Cupcake thing going on, and it really does capture the smell. This is what it's doing. And you've got peach mandarin, there's gardenia and jasmine, orange blossom, whipped cream, vanilla cacao. I smell everything in here. There's a retro feel to it, like a perfume that would have come out in the 90s or something and smelled sweet with a cheap background, but in here it doesn't smell cheap. There's something about this that really does work. I get a lot of the fruits coming through, the mandarin, the peach. It's bright and juicy and orange smelling. The whipped cream is lovely. The vanilla and the whipped cream work together and give it a really nice, it takes away any edges. That seems to help it blend, I think. Very, very, very sugary. It's fun, it's bouncy, it's playful, it's sweet, it's a happy scent. That's what this is for me. That's all I can say on that one. Guilty pleasure, but I really enjoy it. So another repurchase here. Oud Bouquet. This is obviously a very well-loved classic from Lancome in the fragrance community. I I had the vintage bottle. Well, I don't know, it's not really vintage. I had the original packaging, and I think the formula is slightly different. I had never tried this newer formulation. I bought this blind in the sense that I'm only used to the older formulation, and they're virtually the same. There's really not much difference at all. I sold my other bottle because my sister started wearing it, and that became her scent, and it felt like it was her. You know, it was very strong, very her. It suited her. I started missing the scent. I suddenly felt like I wanted it in my collection. I heard people talking about it again online. It felt like the right time to repurchase it, and I got this on eBay from a seller. Was it new, or was it? I can't remember if it was a partial or I think it was new. So I've obviously used a bit. I find this one fruitier and easier to wear than that original one for some reason. And what's weird about this is that I'm familiar with the scent, but it seems to smell different on different days. Sometimes I can wear this and what I'm getting is the sweetest, fruitiest, jammiest rose that has this sort of darker background. On other days, the oud really comes through, this really heavy, powdery, woody, just strong oudy wood really overpowers on other days. Love a fruity gourmand rose. This is a fruity gourmand rose. It just happens to have a very heavy, like a Middle Eastern or Arabian strong presence about it, which makes it kind of mysterious and a bit dark and kind of alluring and inviting. It really is a beautiful rose oud combination. This and Oud Satin Mood are my two favourite rose oud scents. I don't think anything's come close really. So that is Oud Bouquet from Maison Lancome. So my last repurchase is such a cutie. It's a cute scent, whimsical, right up my street really. I sold the last one because not sure. It's from Masque Milano and it is Lost Alice. I've always been obsessed with the packaging, the whole idea behind this. I'm a massive Alice in Wonderland fan, and the whole concept, the way they designed it and brought this fragrance to life is actually very clever. It embodies so many fantastic things from the story, and I love all of this, all the design, the way they've expressed the notes. Eat me head notes, drink me heart notes, smell me base notes. The notes themselves are very reminiscent of the story and things entwined in the story. The rose, the pepper, the orris, everything. What is the biggest thing in there? You've got the tea, the white roses painted red, of course. It's just so much fun. Now the scent itself is, I'd say, predominantly iris, which is fine for me. I do love a good iris. I think I'm more in love with iris than I used to be. I think that's the big change as well. I am very appreciative of a lot of good quality iris scents. It's become a note that I think it's up there with almond and rose. It's a real staple note for a lot of my fragrances, and this is a really fun gourmand twist on an iris scent. I think it's the carrot that was the decisive note, but it doesn't bother me in here. I think it used to. I get a fruitiness which makes me think of carrot cake. I think it's not exactly like carrot cake. It smells more damp, like a dough. It's not overly sweet. It's a very strange one. It's like you've got a carrot and iris biscuit, okay, and you've dunked it in a milky tea. So you've got the biscuit that's gone moist. It's got that gone back to that sort of doughy stage. There is an element of tea in here, but it's not fresh. It's just like a slight hint of the scent of tea. So that's what this is. This is a soggy iris and carrot with currants biscuit. And it's very whimsical. And I'm going to enjoy this very much in the autumn. That's why I bought it more to look forward to for the autumn. It was going to be my new autumn scent. So I haven't given it much of a wear yet. And I've been sniffing it in passing and thinking, yeah, can't wait for the autumn. This is going to be an exciting new thing for me. It is beautiful, there's no question, and it's fun, and I'm just happy to have it back. This next one is from Penhaligons. It's from their Remedies collection, Potions and Remedies. I thought this was such a fun new collection from Penhaligons. I didn't blind buy it. My friend had a sample, luckily, and I was using the sample just to make sure that I wanted it. So what I ended up with was Balm of Calm from the Potions and Remedies. Now, really, this is quite a shaving foam kind of scent. This is kind of that classic shaving foam. It doesn't sound like something I would normally go for. The reason why I ended up falling for this one and finding a place for it is because for ages I've been wanting an appropriate lavender scent. I always think of this idea of a fluffy lavender. Despite being a kind of shaving foam classic, that kind of classic smell, it has a beautiful appropriate lavender for me. It is classically aromatic. You've got the sage, you've got cardamom, you've got lavender. There is iris in here. There's rum, which I don't really think I ever get any rum. There's various woods, oak, I think there's sandalwood. I really enjoy spraying this at nights. when I'm about to go to bed. Not always, but occasionally I'm going to suddenly fancy it and think, I just want that lavender. I just do. And it helps me sleep. So it's not really a perfume that's functioning for daytime use. It is purely for the function of sleeping. I really do enjoy it. It's actually a lovely one. They're all pretty good from that line, you know. They've all been great ones. They're just not ones I've stuck with for one reason or another. They haven't quite worked. But this has worked for the purpose I bought it for. So that's Balm of Calm. So the next one is a Tom Ford, and honestly I bought it on a whim. I had it on my wish list without it being anything I absolutely had to have. It was just one I liked. I had a sample, kept testing the sample, decided that it was something I was going to wear, and turns out I've worn it a lot more than I thought, and I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. So this is actually Metallique, and I think that it might have been discontinued now, but I think you can still get bottles of this here and there online. It's really unusual. It's a really unusual quality. The aldehydes are really fizzy in here, like really fizzy. They're so bright that you feel like you're licking, or you've got your tongue on metal, only it's sweet. And it probably wakes you up the same way as sticking your tongue on a battery as well. You've got zingy bergamot, pink pepper, another zingy note. The aldehyde's zingy, but there's vanilla. I can't remember what else is in here. There must be more than the vanilla in the dry down, because it feels so smooth in the dry down. Very vanillic, like really lovely. The unusual scent that's both cold, very cold. I don't think it smells metallic in the dry down. It just feels that way in the beginning. It's very awakening. The days that I fancy this, it really works. But it's so zingy. I love the aldehydes. I love this one. So that is a really successful buy this year. That was Metallique from Tom Ford. There's still 4 more here. It's like insane. So one from Xerjoff. This is from their club collections. I don't remember why I was even thinking of it or looking at it or what made me go for it. But I was eager to try it either way. And I found someone was selling a partial. So that worked for me. This one is actually called Shunkoin. I don't hear anyone talk about this one. It's just not one that seems to get a lot of attention, but this is really odd, but I really love it. I really love it, and I'd have been happy to have a full bottle of this. It's a powdery woody iris. It's supposed to be like a soft powdery woody scent, but there's something really unusual about the way the notes play off each other. And for me, it smells like this rancid coconut. Not all the way through. It starts off this weird rancid coconut, and then it's transformed into this really addictive oricey tea woods powdery scent. It's a very unusual scent, this. It has such a strange coconutty way about it. It's almost giving me that Guerlain, that Guerlainade powdery vanilla. It's got that kind of dry down, but with this really unusual woody old coconut on top. Something slightly bitter or sour or off that's clashing in here, that's giving off this old coconut. I don't know what that is, but I don't mind it because it's surrounded by this other scent that I love, and then that bitterness kind of disappears anyway. I don't know how else to describe it. It's so unusual, but it's really good. I'll enjoy this on occasion and be bemused by it, but still enjoy it. So Shunkoin. And these last 3 are actually possibly my favourites, or some of my favourites of the year. They've all been fantastic. I don't know what to say. This next one's actually a blind buy that I've been wanting for a long time. I've always wondered about it. The name's intriguing. If you love the spooky season, if you're into that kind of thing, then you'll be intrigued by this one as well. I saw someone on eBay selling a bottle like I do, and I just went for it. So this is by a company I'm not familiar with. Vyrao? I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But it's Witchy Woo. Witchy Woo for courage and creativity. So going on to fragrance, looking at all the reviews, it's very divisive. It's sort of people saying it smells like cheap patchouli, or it's too intense and the incense is too much, blah, blah, blah. And others are saying how beautifully blended it is. I took a chance and thought, you know what, I'm going for it. I just fancy it. I'm going to investigate it. I'm going to just see what I think. And that's what I did. This is a 30ml. It's a very sweet little bottle. I love it. Absolutely love this. I'm so relieved and so pleased. Yes, it is a sort of witchy woo scent. It smells mysterious. It's got the incense. It's got the patchouli. I believe there's carrot seed, rose, cinnamon, and pepper. This is so well balanced and blended. It always sounds so cringy when people say, oh, it's so well blended. It is well blended. It's seamless, very powdery, not overly strong, mysterious, smoky, woody, and did I say there was iris in here? Yeah, there's oris. So I was going to say, it's really the oris I pick up on, and I do love a good orris powdery scents. If you're not into like heavy woody smoky incense, it all sounds really scary. This has been done with a light hand, a very light hand. There's nothing that jumps out. It never gets too smoky. Like frankincense, you know how it can get really green and heavy and like nose tingly. It's never like that, not on me. Even the patchouli doesn't seem to stick out at all. You're supposed to spray this, which I just did. There is a slight pickle, a little pickled roughness, I suppose. It's just a hint. On me, I really find it to dry down to such a soft, approachable, but still mysterious scent. It smells like opening up a book and you get that hint of the woods and a bit of something dusty and magical. It's going to suit that spooky season so nicely. So that is my take on Witchy Woo. From one little sort of witchy mystical perfume to another, this one literally had me at hello, and I'm worried I'm going to get tired of it because I've sprayed it so much and worn it so much, so I don't want to get tired of it. The Mugler launched a brand new Angel, I think it was last year now, I'm not sure. It's Angel Stella. Angel Stella came out with obviously all this pistachio craze that's been happening. This is the pistachio Angel. I love this colour of this bottle. I'll get it out. And I was desperate to try it because the Fragrantica reviews are so positive. People seem to be really enjoying it and having great things to say about how well it's been made and how, yeah, it's just doing really well. So in the end, I blind bought it from Latino because it was at a good price, and I'm over the moon. I think it's fantastic. I had a little, actually I bought a 30ml, I should say. It's all, hang on, it's all fingerprinting. Bought a 30ml, which is practically used up now. I've got that in my handbag. I carry it around just for extra sprays. And I realised that wasn't going to last long, so I just bit the bullet and went for the big bottle. I'm also pleased that it's one that stands up. The little one doesn't, but the bigger ones, they've made them into that sort of chunkier bum. Bergamot, pistachio, patchouli. I'm going by Fragrantica here. They're not always correct, the notes, but that's what I'm going by. I don't think I do like the original. I had a little bottle at some point and I sold it again. It suddenly got too much. It can smell a bit dirty and a bit clashy and just in your face. This one, I feel like it's taken the best element of Angel and then blended it with a really powdery and lovely pistachio, which could actually just smell like art. It's not specifically pistachio, it's a nutty, it's just a lovely soft powdery nutty scent. I've just sprayed it again. So you get that sharp patchouli, you get that kind of really sweet and edgy patchouli. There's no chocolate listed in this, but there could be some. It's got that chocolatey sweetness, but the sharpness goes away very quickly, and you've got this lovely nutty component that really comes into the center. It really does sit right in the front and becomes the main focus of Angel, and it doesn't ever lose its Angel counterparts. Like, you are reminded that it's Angel all the time, without it being brash and heavy and offensive, and in your face. It just sits around the edge of what is this sort of new focus. And overall, it's not, I don't think this is strong. I mean, other people might say it is. On me, it doesn't seem to be that strong. It wears so nicely. The nuttiness just pairs so beautifully with Angel DNA. I guess it is more pistachio than almond, because it has a very slight hint of something maybe green and woody, like a pistachio has. And I find this so easy to wear, clearly, because I've got through pretty much my whole 30ml. Where am I on this? It's bound to about here. It's getting there. I mean, I could spray this all the time. It's still got such a fun, whimsical element to it. I find this to be a very whimsical fragrance. It's not elegant. It's not like mature and sophisticated. It's not like that. It is still a fun scent, but the blend in the middle with this powder and the pistachio, that I find that to just counteract the fun gourmand element and just make it smooth and more presentable. I don't know, I'm waffling, but I just love this. I think this is fantastic. I'm very pleased with it. I think this is the best Angel, personally, the best Angel so far that I've tried, and it's one of my favourites in my collection now. So shining bright is the Angel Stellar Star. We finally made it to the end. This is the last one, and I feel like I want to put a spotlight. Like, I wish I had like a little spotlight to like light this up, because it's a bit of a unicorn. This is a really special one that I've been chasing, and I almost gave up at one point. Lovely Claire from the Smurfy Girly channel. She's just been like fantastic. She's kind of the Guerlain fairy godmother, providing me with samples of things I'd never be able to try otherwise. And she once sent me a sample of the La Pla Beau Jour de ma vie. And I mean, she hasn't got much herself, so I'm so grateful for that sample. I knew it was something special. Now, obviously you know where I'm going with this. This is what I've got. Let me just bring it into the thing. So you need something to focus on here, don't you? So here we have this rare gem that's discontinued ages ago. I did manage to get my hands on a full bottle. This has never been used. It wasn't sealed, but it had never been used. The colour of the juice is like a pale pink. There's a lot of vanilla in here. It's going to go dark. It's just a sign of aging, but it doesn't change the scent. It's absolutely stunning. The puffer you put in, it comes with a little screw cap. I just love this bottle. I love the scent. So this gets compared to Love Don't Be Shy. It's a really sweet vanillic orange blossom, which is what Love Don't Be Shy is. It also reminds me of the Reminiscence fragrance called Jade. Similar kind of style again, vanilla, orange blossom, all that kind of thing. This one, although being similar to those scents, it's this Guerlain, this special way of blending, the way they handle the materials. I don't know what it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. I don't want to linger because I know it's discontinued. It was still expensive, but it wasn't as much as what they have been going for. Although it is a very pricey fragrance, there was always this weak part of this in the packaging, in that these puffer things, they don't work very well. They create leakages. A lot of people were taking off their puffers and then sealing it. I don't know if everyone knows this. It's something I've just found out by accident, I think. This moves, right? And I've noticed that if it's straight on the bottle, if it's parallel to the bottle, it's actually locked. You can't spray it. If it's twisted out, it opens, it releases the spray. So while that's locked, I don't think it's leaking. I don't know. For now, I'm leaving it in its presentation in my cupboard because I just enjoy seeing it so much. If I was to leave it like that, open, who knows, it might leak. But that is actually a closing mechanism there. So I'm hoping that does actually work and I don't lose any. So Le Plus Beau Jour de ma vie is French for I think it's my most beautiful day. It was designed as a wedding fragrance. I could cry at how beautiful this is, but I could also cry over the fact that it doesn't seem to last 2 seconds on me. It doesn't seem to project very well. I don't know if that's just me or if it's the perfume. But the scent as a whole is absolute perfection. The blend in here between orange blossom, almond, vanilla, musk, it's just seamless. The tiny nuance of bubblegum, not much, but it's elegant. It's just this whimsical bubblegum that's elegant. Doll's Head. I don't know if you've ever heard about Doll's Head scent, that kind of irisy, plasticky, rubbery Doll's Head thing. I love that in fragrance. It's got that nuance going on. Again, it's got a sort of slightly marshmallowy nuance. It's this orange blossom. I don't know if there's any fruit in here, but it's so bright and tangy, but still so smooth, sweet, and just so elegant and romantic. This is probably my most precious fragrance in my whole collection. Having said that, I'm not going to save it for a special occasion. I will wear it on a special occasion, but I want to enjoy this scent now. I'm just so over the moon with it. I don't want to just let it sit there and then potentially it might leak, or potentially, you know, this, that and the other. I just want to enjoy it now and make the most of it. I'm going to leave you on that special fragrance. I'm done. It's been a long video, a long haul. I'll come back and film something for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got a unicorn, if you've got something in your collection that you just sit and stare at and think, oh my God, I'm so happy, this is like the most precious thing ever, or is there something out there that you are still searching for that is so rare and discontinued maybe, that you just desperately want, let me know, because I'm curious to know what everybody else is just longing for in their collection. So that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Take care. Over and out.